things up. And I got the note from Jen about whatever it is that they announcing childcare application. I don't know what that is. I did hear they spoke, are the difference of, are the things that there's companies that's been back
Morning, Dave.
Pardon me?
Good. Good, how are you?
Get the appropriate attendance so you can call Tina. Call the mics.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to call the meeting of the Kent County Finance and Physical Resources Committee to order at 8:33 a.m. Good morning to everyone. I am, of course, a fill-in this morning for Chair Reevy. I'm Vice Chair Michelle McLeod, so let's get it moving. So the first item on the agenda today is public comment. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to provide public comment? If so, please provide your address to the board and as well as your name, and you will have 3 minutes. Is there anyone for public comment? Going once, twice? All right. No public comment. We're going to move on to item 2, which is the consent agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda? Okay, that would be. Support. All right, we have a motion and support by Hildebrand and Green. All right, the motion is approved. We're going to move on. Oh, sorry, yep, we need to vote. All right, let's go on ahead and take the vote. It's just voice vote. Okay. All right, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye. Aye. Don't approve, say no. All right, motion is approved. All right, we are going to move on to item 3, which is the Equalization Department item.
Yes, action requested. Recommend to the Board of Commissioners to approve the updated Equalization Department fee schedule for data export requests effective May 1, 2024. Summary, according to county fiscal policy, fees and charges, departments are required to view their fees and charges annually and to forward recommended changes to the Board of Commissioners as part of the budget process. In accordance with Public Act 442 of 1996, as amended, upon authorization of the governing body of the public body, a reasonable fee may be established by the governing body for providing enhanced access to public records. Due to the nature of these requests, they are not governed by FOIA or TARA and therefore require a fee schedule. The current fee schedule has not been approved by the Board of Commissioners. The Bureau of Equalization is recommending approval of this current fee schedule. These fees have not been increased from prior years and are consistent with the fees charged by other counties.
All right, thank you. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
All right, moved by, all right, it's been moved and supported. Any discussion? That looks like a no. All right, well, let's go on ahead and take a vote. All those in favor of item 3 from the Equalization Department, say aye. Aye. Those that are not in favor, say no. All right, motion approved. Thank you. Now, let's move on to item 4 from the Administrator's Office, the fiscal year 2025 Ready by 5 millage funding allocations.
Action requested. Recommend to the Board of Commissioners to approve the allocation of $10,496,076 in Ready by 5 millage funds for fiscal year 2025 as recommended by First Steps Kent. The Ready by 5 Resident Proposal Summary, The Ready by 5 Resident Proposal Review Committee evaluated 42 funding requests for fiscal year 2025 and then recommended funding for each service. These recommendations were forwarded to the First Steps Kent Commission, which is now recommending them to the county for approval. The FY 2025 recommended allocations include $9,799,999 for programs, outreach and navigation, healthy development, parent education and support, healthy development training, translation and interpretation supports, and early learning programming, $260,000 for data collection and evaluation services, and $437,077 for administration. In 2023, more than 13,600 young children and expectant parents in Kent County participated in community-based programs, an increase of over 1,200 from 2022. 58% of those served last year were from historically marginalized groups, and 35% lived in households with incomes below $40,000 per year. The network of providers serves families in rural and urban communities of Kent County, including those with specialized needs, those experiencing homelessness, immigrants, refugees, children with a disability, as well as children with behavioral health concerns.
Thank you, Al. Can I get a motion? All right, motion by Oliver King. Support? All right, support by Commissioner Green, thank you. Any comments or discussion about this one? Commissioner Green.
I just wanted to say thanks to the review committee for the work that went into this. I know conversations with some of the commissioners that served there. It's a great deal of work. I know a lot of work for the staff and Ready by 5 team and everybody that puts in applications. So thank you to the due diligence you all put in, and look forward to moving this to the board.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any additional comments or thoughts? I would just like to say that I definitely concur with Vice Chair Green in his support, and thanks to the review committee. This was a lot of work, a lot of funding to allocate, and the plan was really detailed, and looking forward to seeing some of the outcomes that come from this funding being allocated. All right, all of those, I'm gonna go ahead and move forward with vote. All of those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. Thank you. All right, the next thing on the agenda is item 5 from the Administrator's Office, the fiscal year 2025 senior millage funding allocations.
Action requested. Recommend to the Board of Commissioners to approve the allocation of $16,845,451 in senior millage funds for fiscal year 2025 as recommended by the Area Agency on Aging of Western Michigan, to approve the agreement for the administration of senior millage services with AAAWM, and to authorize the board chair or designee to execute the agreement and approve amendments. Summary: the Area Agency on Aging holds contracts with nearly 40 agencies to provide services with funding from the senior millage. Under the terms of the contracts, the funding level is evaluated annually based on new program proposals, current year operations, and available funding. The Kent County Senior Millage Review Committee evaluated 2025 funding requests and recommended funding for each service. These recommendations were forwarded to the Area Agency Board of Directors, which is now recommending them to the county for approval. The FY 2025 recommended allocation includes $16,120,048 for programs in the following service categories: priority, supportive, access, general, and miscellaneous, and $725,403 for administration. In fiscal year 2023, the senior millage provided services and programming for more than 18,600 clients, nearly 6,000 of which were low income, over 5,000 reported living alone, and more than 1,600 veterans. Assistant Corporation Counsel will review and approve the senior millage administrative services agreement as to form.
Thank you, Al. Have a motion? So moved. All right, moved by Commissioner Coleman, support?
Support.
That was, all right, I think that was.
Commissioner late, but here's here.
Commissioner, all right. Moved and supported. Any questions, any conversation about this one for me? Commissioner Green.
Just we'll do an echo, because I know this is just as much, if not a lot more work than the Ready by 5 to do the senior millage review. So thanks to everybody that put in the due diligence again, and thanks to everybody that helps inform us and educate us on these issues.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any additional comments on this one? I'd just like to follow up to say that we do have some staff from Area Aging here, as well as the chair of the review committee. And so they've done a really great job over the last year, really focusing in on the needs of the community that are served by these funds, and serving on that review committee. I should say that it's been really a wonderful experience to see how much goes into the prioritization of the services that we provide to our residents that are over 65. So this is really wonderful, and we are looking forward to getting this moving. So without further ado, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same? All right, motion carries. Thank you. All right, next on the agenda is item 6 from the 17th Circuit Court, the fiscal year 2024 Adult Mental Health Court Grant Budget Amendment. That's a mouthful, but I got it out. Oh.
Action requested. Recommend to the Board of Commissioners to accept and appropriate an additional $52,019 from the Michigan State Court Administrative Office, AKA SCALE, to the FY 2024 Adult Mental Health Court Grant Budget in the Special Projects Fund, and to authorize the board chair or designee to execute the grant agreement, approve extensions, amendments, and increases to the grant appropriation not to exceed 15% of the award. Summary: SCALE provides funding for a mental health court, which is a specialized court docket for certain defendants with mental illness that substitutes a problem-solving model for traditional criminal court proceedings. The board appropriated $150,000 of SCALE funds to the FY 24 Adult Mental Health Court Grant Budget via Resolution 8/24/23/82. SCALE has since awarded Kent County an additional $52,019 for FY 2024, mostly due to an increase for drug testing as a result of expanded testing and rising costs, along with more participants being tested more frequently due to one or more substance abuse disorders. There was also an increase for additional training and travel, bringing the total award to $202,019. The grant term is October 1, 2023 to September 30, 2024.
Thank you, Al. Can I have a motion?
Motion?
Commissioner Oliver King, right? Support?
Support.
Supported by Commissioner Wooden. Any conversation around this one? Commissioner Sparks?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm always excited when I see that we are moving forward with supporting mental health in our community. There are many more things coming down the pipeline that we're seeing as it relates to suicide rates and other things around mental health. So I'm really excited that we are able and seeking out the funds. So thank you for that.
Thank you for those comments. Commissioner Sparks, anyone else? All right, yes, I totally agree with everything that Commissioner Sparks said. It's always exciting to see funding being allocated from grants and otherwise to support mental health courts and diversions to help people be able to actually deal with the issues that they're dealing with, that they're going through. So this is awesome. All right, all those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, we're going to move on to item 7 on the agenda, coming to us from Fiscal Services, the fiscal year 2025 grant acceptance beginning October 1, 2024.
Action requested. Recommend to the Board of Commissioners to accept the FY 2025 grants for budgets beginning October 1, 2024, and to authorize the board chair or designee to execute the grant agreements, approve extensions, amendments, and increases to the grant appropriations not to exceed 15% of the original awards. The listing details the FY 2024 grant requests. Health Fund, $22,036,276. Indigent Defense, $27,408,221. State Projects Fund, $3,404,772. LTD Projects, $135,000. Federal Projects Fund, $1,367,308. KCCA, $3,332,016. Child Care, $18,946,402 for a grand total of $76,629,995. Corporation Council will review and approve all documents prior to signature.
Thank you, Al. Can I get a motion? Motion. All right. Motion by Commissioner Sparks. Support?
Support.
Okay. Support by Commissioner Albert King. All right. Any discussion on this item? Okay. Seeing none. All of those in support, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose, the same? All right. Motion carries. Thank you. All right, the last item on the agenda today is item 8, coming to us from Fiscal Services, the fiscal year 2025 General Appropriations Act.
Action requested. Recommend to the Board of Commissioners to approve the FY 2025 General Appropriations Act as the official budget for FY 2025. Summary. It is the responsibility of the County Administrator Controller to prepare an annual operating and capital improvement program budget for the county, and the FY 2025 budget has been submitted to the Finance and Physical Resources Committee for approval. Pursuant to state statute, a public hearing on the proposed budget will be held on August 8, 2024, and the appropriate public notice was published. The Finance and Physical Resources Committee and the full board have reviewed the FY 2025 budget in detail. Estimated total appropriations for various fund types are proposed as follows. So general funds, $240,133,372. Special revenue funds, $237,986,471, for a total of $478,119,843. In September 2024, the Board of Commissioners will be requested to authorize 1.9507 mils for voter-approved dedicated millage, which is unchanged from the prior year and has been used as the basis for preparing the FY 2025 budget. In May 2025, the Board of Commissioners will be requested to authorize a general property tax levy on real and personal property within the county upon the equalized tax roll to support county general operations in FY 2025. This request includes the addition of 20 positions, 13.0 FTEs, as recommended by the Legislative and Human Resources Committee on March 26, 2024. 6 additional vehicles are required for the recommended patrol deputy positions, and 1 compact trailer is recommended for the Parks Department.
Thank you, Al. Can I get a motion for this item?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Wood and supported by Commissioner Sparks. Any conversation on this item? Discussion? All right, seeing none. All those that are in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. All right, motion carries. Okay, we have made it through all of our official agenda items for today. Is there any commissioner miscellaneous? Who is first?
Last in, first to talk.
All right, Commissioner Wooden.
All right. I apologize if I take the words out of my colleague's mouth, but I just wanted to remind everyone that if you haven't, that today is Election Day, and please exercise your right to do so, and your right to vote if you haven't already, or if you haven't voted by mail previously, like I and my wife have. And on another note, just want to commend Vice Chair McLeod for stepping into the chair today. I know she was a little nervous, and I think she executed the meeting fabulously and did a great job. And, you know, I hope my colleagues will spare me a moment of levity where I say, I like the look of you in a chair. So enjoy the rest of your morning, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Wooden. Commissioner Green.
Thank you. I will echo that. Commissioner McLeod did a great job today. Thank you for stepping up. And yeah, on a similar note, please vote today in the primary, but I also wanted to thank all the election workers, including those that come out of this building. There's a lot of new laws and changes to the voting process, absentee process, all of that this year that they've had to work through. Been a lot of education and training on the behalf of our clerk's office and the local clerks and everyone else. So wishing them a smooth operation today, and please get out and vote. Thank you.
Thanks, Commissioner Green. Commissioner Sparks.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have to echo the sentiments as well. You did an amazing job, and we thank you very much for your leadership. I'd like to also thank our Kent County Clerk's Office for their leadership in the elections, to make sure that we have a great process and that people feel welcome to do so. So I appreciate the County Clerk's Office. Thank you.
Commissioner Sparks. Any additional discussion? All right. Well, if there is no more Commissioner miscellaneous, the meeting is adjourned.